I can only whisper. Words on arrival often are impossible for the being, the body, for the body to come to a point of integrated expression. One feels in the full arrival of a new state of being. There are no reference points. The consciousness can't manage the new state of reality. And so often the being can't speak or can only say minor words. The amount of energy either entering or exiting the body depending on what initiation. Each initiation will provide a different landing, but whether it's mass amounts of energy in or mass amounts of energy out to get to the 0 point field, you will still experience it the same way. By using the DAC process, I have moved through the 14th octave of consciousness, which has not been seen on the earth before. This is a point of attained 0 point. This is beyond samadhi, and this has no word or expression at this point of our collective ability to translate. Over time, beings will give it a 0 point of information. Over time, we will understand the process of transcendence into human cognition. The best way to assist the arrival is to do, say, be nothing. As soon as the brain starts to work, it can recreate the separate mind's interpretation. Based on this being my second transcendence journey in this human incarnation, I'm already aware of all of these moments of perceived failure of the past. And these perceived failures are are just learning curves of further cognitive human interpretation when each being chooses to either land directly in their transcended state first time round. They spend many times in silence with no reference points and an inability to function in the human world. Many have chosen at this point in time to ensure they go step by step so they gather enough information that they are able to translate their experience. The body is hot, moving, shuddering, shaking. The vocal expression is moving through each octave to assist the releases. When you come to the void of no thing or the 0 point consciousness, you cannot hold any constructs, frameworks. You cannot hold any coding, nor can you hold any patterning. You can hold no blueprint. It is a complete stripping back to before existence, before creation in totality, where you just are the physical information of this. I will be sharing what is occurring, but by the means of this is to show the DAC process's capacity and capability for those that are willing, for those that are ready, and for those that resonate, no matter what level of consciousness they are. If enlightenment is true, then this is a pathway to find what it is that your mind can trick you into thinking or believing you have found. I will allow myself the space to do a diary entry of how I use the DAC process in each moment of grounding. crashing, landing, and anchoring. The body goes into states of out of control, shivering, or movement of frequency, where it releases through the central channel or integrates through the central channel. Some of you may have seen or experienced this in medicine journeys or from those with mental illness. What they're trying to do and attempting to do is to solidify the unification point into the physical body by shaking or tethering and bringing the synapses pathways into each point of connection. My body has been the representation of the initiation I've been on, and the initiation had gotten me to the final recognition. I had to release the construct and the narrative of the end of the world, the book of Revelations. I had to release the totality of why I came, so I could truly stand in why I am here to create. But without the release of the identities and the different constructs of higher dimensional interpretations of self, I had to relinquish the narrative of the end of the world in totality, where I will no longer prophesy. I will no longer share messages of the end of the world or the book of Revelations, as it does not meet the integrity of the energy of what I am standing in, which is creation of the new world. Creation of the new world order, the creation of the new structures for humanity to choose, and all else has to be completely relinquished and released from the focus point. Otherwise, tethering occurs. And so you will no longer hear me speak. You will only hear me create. You will only hear me provide answers for the forward front interpretation of reality, and to assist you to further interpret through that of what I've learned and known in these moments. Many, many of these moments, in which I'm so grateful, are coming to an end, because I'm so tired. So tired. And so what will occur is all of the frequency information and the information that is retained in the physical body. You will witness a rapid and fast weight loss, where the inflammation is fully released from the physical body that was holding those cells in such high vibrational expression to see when the cell gets and becomes sick, when the cell and the body is not working in optimal. It's showing you where is the fragmentation, where is the separation of the reality that you are trying to heal. Mine being the end of the world reality. And the end of the world was manifesting inside me. It was manifesting through me from others, taking on others, and holding in the story that I needed to save the world from the evolutionary process, in the story that I needed to support those that could not find their own way in the story. It's all story. Remember, each expression is a story of that functioning reality. It is not truth. The only truth is the direct connection to the channel, which will speak, but you will, from the separate mind, distort that story. That message, that guidance from God, you will misunderstand it until you have evolved beyond it, and then you will see. Then it will land. I was guided to a 14-hour sleep state where I was light coding in my altered state of consciousness, or what you might consider astral sleep state, decoding and releasing every program, every expression, every molecule that had held this end of the world expression that was driving me to be the support, the savior, the mentor, the guide, that was bringing the messages to that of what I will no longer be speaking, the 144, as it is not my job or role now. I have left that. It is not my place, and I am here to educate the totality of consciousness. And there is a new guide. There is a new 144 messenger, and you will find her, and you will hear her, and she's grateful for that, of what she has come to. And so the physical body at this point in time needs to release everything it's ever known. It needs to release itself back to the 0-point field that the consciousness knows, the spirit knows. The emotional expression is close to knowing, but the body is decoding what has been, because that is the final stage. The final stage is the physical matter. And by using the DAC process, I was able to descend into the points of fragmented expression, to find the narrative, to find the story, to find the justification, to find the expression of the psyche, and reconcile it into the completion point, the whole point, the totality point, the point that allows beyond and into the possibility, the vastness of space. To be the vastness of space before existence, to go right back, and to be the embodiment of that. To know it all, and yet to simultaneously not abide by any, as it is not a functioning reality. And so as this body is shaking, decoding, and dismantling, the waters of this bath are of assistance to the ability for the cells to unlock what has been held since the conception of my birth, to decode the genetics and to do it instantaneously because of the amount of time I have spent using the DAC process. I no longer have to think it. I just have to know and focus the intention for a moment, and then it becomes instant. This is instant healing. This is what our Father, our brother, our Son Yeshua has been providing. To know instant healing, to train the mind so much that it knows frequency, vibration, and multidimensional reality, to transform reality in an instant. Although the instantaneous healing has a bandwidth of collective consciousness that does not believe, it still is taking place. Yet for us to be able to shift, it takes more of us to land here, more of us to ascend, to arrive, and to integrate the embodied state chosen. That I know and I stand by this global movement where I will bring the DAC process to all beings, where I'll show them that whatever story, whatever trauma, whatever thing they would like to create into tangible reality is possible. But I had to show you through myself first. I had to show you that I could do it first. Adonai.